Okay, so we talked about the philosophy behind the Phoenix Bond and how we're trying to combine the different kinds of people and unite people into one strong society. How do we do this? We've got three branches. The first is facilitation, helping others achieve their potential. This can be other groups, other individuals. So with individuals, it's life coaching. It's helping individuals find what they need in their life, solving their relationship problems, helping them find the career that really suits them, finding their way forward spiritually, helping people find their way. It's also with organizations, helping the organizations to find their way to be more effective and better at what they're doing, taking organizations that are already doing good work and helping them to do amazing work. A good example of what we do here is when I was working with the Greens Party, and they had some arguments about how they were going to present themselves for the election. Some people were talking about doing individual freedom, but we needed to have each individual able to present themselves in their own way, and others were talking about how we need to unite, a kind of united vision for the whole party, and everybody needs to work together and do things in the same way. And they spent half an hour arguing about this, and then I said, let's leave this till after the meeting, and those people who were involved came together and we went and we facilitated a solution to this problem. After half an hour of argument during the meeting, it took 15 minutes to completely solve the problem, and they went away totally satisfied. People find that a little bit of skilled facilitation can quickly solve problems that seem quite difficult. What they ended up doing is just finding ways that they could do both at the same time, of course. Obvious answer. Then we have education. Education. Education is about life education, about helping people to understand themselves, understand each other, understand how they can work together in society. That can be presented in different ways. We do workshops about spiritual philosophy, we do classes, yoga classes, and music lessons. One of the main ways that I'm personally working on it is through music lessons. For example, I had one student come in who was having learning violin lessons, and she didn't like the teacher. She wasn't comfortable with what she was doing. She didn't feel like she was any good. It was all very hard for her. And we look at who she is and what kind of music she likes and how she can express herself in her music. Strangely enough, she actually liked conventional classical music lessons, and she wasn't getting enough structure in the music, and she was being challenged to be too free, and she wanted things to be more rigid and controlled the way that they used to teach it in the old days, and has become less popular now that everybody's looking for freedom. So her finding freedom, she actually looked for structure. Her self-expression came in the structure. So we started doing some classical music lessons where she would do things exactly according to the notes. She would hold the violin exactly properly, and she would come out of the lesson saying, "Thank you so much, I feel so good about myself." And so she found herself in that. And in the same way, there are other music students who would come with a completely different personality and completely different needs, and they might look for folk music where they get to just play and listen and be free and not actually read the music at all, or they might be something that likes improvising or playing pop songs or whatever. There's different styles that suit different people, and so by finding something that really suits that person, they're able to find themselves and discover themselves in the music. And so when we're teaching music, what we're really teaching is self-knowledge, learning how to be yourself, learning how to love yourself, to do the things that you love, and to have a wonderful life. And the third one is community. So we've been working on creating residential community, people living together for the last 4 or 5 years. It didn't seem to work to have ask people to say, yes, we want to live together in community, we're going to start a commune. So instead, it started with, we have a spare room, who would like to stay in the spare room? And people stayed in the room and worked together. We do things in a very communal way, working together, living together, eating together. Currently we're working on building up the community to the next stage where we have more celebrations together, more fun together, and also developing the community business so that people can live and work together in the community and not need to step outside to have their own jobs, and so that they can really be together in this communal living. We would hope to, with some time, to develop a true integrated community that can have all different kinds of people and all different kinds of approaches. Very much inspired by the kibbutz system of Israel, but with a lot more focus on the spiritual core and the joy of life, and all of the spiritual philosophy that we're working with. Is it a cult? Maybe. A cult is something that cultivates something. But what we cultivate is joy of life. On the other hand, we don't have many rules. We're not trying to make people into one particular way of doing things. We're trying to do something that is really open to all kinds of different approaches and people being themselves within that integrated community. So maybe not. So at the moment, we're working on all of those things. You'll see some of those services available on the website. And we would love to hear from you about what you would like to see in the community, and perhaps you would like what services you would like us to offer to help you and your life and your community and your organization. Talk to you soon.